Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mike here at Rogue Comics, and I just realized how good of a movie Tron was. Actually, I didn't just realize that. I've known it all along, but I haven't seen it in a while, and I put it on, and turning it all the way up and listening to Daft Punk's score is just incredible, combined with the images and all that. Awesome. But you know what? You're not here for me to talk about Tron Legacy, even though if you haven't seen it, you should see it. You are here for the uh, the listings of everything that will be dropping tomorrow from Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, Boom, IDW, whatever else there may be. And honestly, there's a lot from DC, there's a lot from Marvel, and there's only a few from the independents. But you know what? Instead of me summing it up for you and attempting to mansplain it to you, let me just show you. I'm going to show you. That way you don't have to take my word for it. So, as always, we get started with DC, which is right there. This one here is Action Comics number 1040, with this cover here by Daniel Sampieri. And there is a B cover by Julian Totino Tedesco, or Julian Totino Tedesco, something like that. But it's cool regardless, and I do like the use of Plastic Man. Hopefully Plastic Man will be, yeah, see, I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see, hold on. Let me hide the Twidget until, yes, thank you, FedEx. FedEx, let me tell you something, not to get too into it, but FedEx has been the bane of my existence this week. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyways, enough about that. Yeah, so this is Julian Totino Tedesco. This is the B cover for Action Comics number 1040. And here we have a C cover. This one is by Alexis Franklin. And I do like this one. I like this one too. Here we have Aquaman, Green Arrow, Deep Target number 5. This is a 7-issue miniseries. So we, besides this one, we have 2 other issues after this. That's how math works, my friends. This one here is the B cover. This one is by, oops, that's the number 2. I need F2, damn it. This one is by Egikure, Egikure. And this is the cardstock variant. Here we have Aquaman number 1. Now, there was Aquaman the Becoming, and that led into this right here. This cover is by Travis Moore. This is the A cover. This is the B cover by Kale. It's by Kale, the one that was doing the variant covers for Titans United. That's what it was. And there is a C cover, believe it or not. And actually, I think there's also a D cover, which is a ratio cover, if I believe. And then there's a blank variant, too. But the C cover looks like this. And this is by Nick Robles. And this is also a cardstock variant cover. Up next, we have Batman versus Bigby, cover A. For some reason, they've only sent me cover A. I don't know why. But this is the final issue of this 6-issue miniseries. Now remember, as I explained in the solicitations for DC, they will be revisiting Fables again. And I guess this is like the prelude, or maybe just like a little appetite whetter, you know, that kind of thing. And speaking of appetite wetters, this one, actually I thought this was done already, but I guess not, unless I'm getting it confused with the solicitations again. But this is Blue and Gold, issue number 6. This is an 8-issue miniseries, so as with Aquaman Green Arrow, this one also has 2 issues to go. Blue and Gold, in case you don't know, are Blue Beetle, the Ted Cord version, which was version number 2, and Booster Gold. And now, after Peacemaker, which I hope you guys saw last week, was the season finale, they have been saying on the internet that they want James Gunn to do a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle movie. And honestly, I might like that, but the tone, like the character, what Peacemaker was, in the show was what he was in the movie. Vigilante, on the other hand, on the show, is not what he was in the comics. So if James Gunn even thinks about doing something like this, he needs to keep them like the comics, because there's rumors going around that he didn't want, like, these are the goalposts, the gateposts where these people put things like, oh, okay, well, I like this, but it has to be like this or whatever. But what he told John Cena was to ignore the comic books and just, say what he wrote down and stuff like that. And while that might have worked for Peacemaker, I'm sure there are people that do know Peacemaker. I read Vigilante growing up, and that was a harsh book, man. That wasn't, honestly, the Vigilante that was on Peacemaker is more of a what's the word? Deadpool, not variant, deviant. But I don't know. So whatever. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think after Guardians 3, he is going to be doing another show, or at least maybe the season 2 of Peacemaker. But what else? It remains to be seen. Here we have Catwoman. This is issue number 40, and this is a cover by Jeff DeCall. Now you're going to see next the gorgeous cover by Jenny Frison right there. Unfortunately, the distributor neglected to ship it to me, so I'm gonna have to wait on this one. But I do have cover A right now, so if you are a Selena fan, then I will be able to give you your fix. But if you're a Jenny Frison fan, you're gonna have to wait. I hope maybe it's gonna be in the upcoming shipment. Who knows? We shall see. Here we have DC Horror presents Soul Plumber number 5. This is a 6-issue miniseries, so you know what that means. That means that this is the penultimate issue of this series. And this is by John McCrea. And then there is this B cover. I believe this is by Francavilla. Yep. Francesco Francavilla. There we go. Here we have a series that it took me by surprise. This is DC versus Vampires. This is issue number 5. It's a 12-issue miniseries. This cover here is by Trevor Hairsane, and I have to say, I'm digging it. I don't know why, but I am. This here is a cover by the Thief, Francesco Mattina. I'm not even going to do him the honor of pronouncing the C as a K. Or CH, I should say. Deathstroke Incorporated, number 6. Apparently this is an ongoing series. I thought this might have been the end, but this is not the end, my friends. This is a Howard Porter cover right there. Here is an Ivan Tao cardstock variant cover, which I dig a lot more than this, but I do like this too. And then we have Detective Comics number 1054, Irvin Rodriguez doing cover A. And then, of course, the always awesome Lee Bermejo doing cover B. Hardware is finally out. I don't remember when the last issue dropped, but it's been a while. And this is issue number 4. That's cover A. And this one, wait, I don't have a cover B, I guess. Huh, that's weird. And I'm trying to remember now if there was a cover A that I put out there. Harley Quinn, issue number 12, is up next. Riley Rossmo doing this cover, and Derek Chu doing this landscape variant cover. Human Target number 5 is right here. Greg Smallwood handling the art duties inside and on the cover here. And Ben Oliver doing, why is FedEx annoying me? And they are. And Ben Oliver doing this one. Now, it says this, Mad Magazine 24, but I do not recall having Mad Magazine. This most definitely is not the cover of the Mad Magazine, but I don't know. Whatever. Refrigerator Full of Heads, number 4. This is a Cully Hamner cover A. And here is a Brian Level and Lee Logridge cardstock variants. Interesting. Robin number 11. This is a Simone DeMeo cover. And here we have a Francis Manapul variant cover. Now, either that's the Batman from the DC versus Vampires Batman, or I guess this chick just got done, like, beating the crap out of Batman. But whatever. Task Force Z number 5 is up next. Eddie Barrows doing the art on this cover. And The Thief, Francesco Mattina doing that cover. Teen Titans Academy number 12. Rafa Sandoval doing this cover. Todd Nauck doing this cardstock variant cover. And last but not least, Wonder Woman Evolution number 4, the halfway point for this 8-issue miniseries. Let's see who's doing this cover. Mike Hawthorne handling the art duties there. And this is by Simone DeMeo. And there you go. That is Marvel. DC for this week. Here we have Marvel. And it's always a pleasure. I can't tell you, honestly, seriously, I'm not even BSing you. It is always a pleasure to start with Amazing Spider-Man, especially when Art Adams is doing the covers. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how nice that is. I can't. There aren't any words. So I'm just going to move along and go to Ben Reilly, Spider-Man number 2. This is a 5-issue miniseries. And there you have Scorpion fighting Ben. And then you have a Dan Jurgens variant cover. Here we have Black Widow number 14. And I can't tell you how underrated Elsa Casagrande is, because her art is fantastic. And especially in here, I mean, yes, you have the Adam Hughes cover, but I mean, her art is really, really good. Okay, so if you like the story, I honestly, I don't know. I'm amazed at the art, because there are some books like Amazing Spider-Man that I will read. And let's see, is this going to show it? No, it's not going to show it. Why aren't you going to show it? There it goes. What's up, LB? How's it going, man? There are some books, I mean, I do read, like Amazing Spider-Man, Dark Ages. I'm probably going to look through the Carnage forever. But there's other books that I just thumb through, like, say, Ben Reilly or whatever, Captain Marvel, stuff like that, just to see, like, what the art looks like, you know? But her artwork is just awesome. Like, some of the layouts, it's really, really good. And I don't know if this is a finite Black Widow series or if it's an ongoing, but if it's a finite one, I hope she gets... dude, if she did a Rogue series, oh my god. I don't even want to think about that anymore. Okay, let's move on. Black Widow, number 14. Again, this is the Natasha Bustos cover, variant cover. There we have Captain Marvel. This is issue number 36. And then we have the spoiler variant. Now, it doesn't look like this. I could tell you what's on there, but it says spoiler, so I'm not gonna. But actually, I do like what's on the cover. It does look nice. They did do a good job doing the art for that. Here we have Carnage Forever, number 1. I wish I could tell you that I'm looking forward to this, but I'm really not. I don't like Carnage. I don't like Venom. None of those symbiotes, any of them. There hasn't been a one that have been like, oh, wow, that's awesome. Like, nothing, you know, just meh. But this is a one-shot, Carnage Forever. Apparently it's an anthology. I guess Cletus is dead, and now the Carnage symbiote is looking for a new host or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Dark Ages, number 5 of 6. This is the penultimate issue of Dark Ages by Tom Taylor. And I won't tell you what happens in there. Here we have a variant cover by Peach Momoko with X-23 on the cover there. Let's get this here. Devil's Reign, Villains for Hire. This is issue number 2. And this will be, I believe, a 3-issue miniseries. And I've come to the conclusion that this book will be the lead-in to Thunderbolts. Why, do you say? Well, this is the cover for Thunderbolts number 1. Although they've modified it a little bit because now Hawkeye is the leader of Thunderbolts. But yeah, and actually I like that version. I really don't like Walker. I don't like him at all. I didn't like him on Falcon and Winter Soldier. I guess that was his mission, like, you know, as a character. But yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Here we have Elektra, Black, White, and Blood. This is issue number 2. And there are 2 more issues left. This one here is by Adam Hughes. Now, there's a part of me that wishes the red wasn't as red. I mean, I like it. I do. But it's almost like, I want to say, what's the word I'm looking for? Like fluorescent almost, you know? And this is the A cover right there. And here we have a John Boy Mayers variant. Now, there's a third one by Greg Smallwood who actually does an art in the issue, because I believe there's 3 stories if I remember correctly, and I think his is it's either the second or the third one, and I don't know why they made that a ratio cover, but they did, and it is it's actually pretty good. But since I didn't get it, I didn't bother grabbing the image and, you know, putting it out here and stuff like that. So, but it is nice. It's a really good cover. I don't recall Elektra being on there though, but I could be wrong. I just remember there being a locale. Here we have Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider number 1. Yeah, I can't put into words what I thought about this issue, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I don't know if I mean it in a good way either. I just it was very edgy, I guess, and I would love Kale to do the entire issue like this cover here, this excellent cover, but he doesn't, and the person that does, they're okay. I mean, I do, you know, Mark Teixeira is my Ghost Rider artist, but you know, hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? So, but yeah, check it out. It's a double-sized, it's a thick issue. It's a double-sized issue. So here we have a Peach Momoko variant cover right there of Robbie Reyes, and a version of Ghost Rider I'm not necessarily a fan of. Here we have the Jorge Fornes. What do they call this? They call this the Window Shades variant. And then we have the X-Gwen variant. This one, I believe, is by Torrin Clark. Doing a little Emma Frost cosplaying there. And last but not least, as far as I'm concerned, right here, because there are a couple others, but those are all ratio variants and whatnot. This is Scotty Young. Well, I mean, this isn't Scotty Young, but Scotty Young drew this, and it's Ghost Rider. There you go. Here we have Hulk number 2. This is the second printing for this issue. If I remember correctly, that visor there in the original was red, and now it's purple. I was going to say, I wonder why, but then I remember. Oh, yeah, his shorts. Got it. Here we have Iron Man number 17. And then Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 35. Here we have a second printing for Moon Knight. This is issue number 6. And then there is a Ms. Marvel, Beyond the Limit, I believe. Either Beyond the Limits or Beyond the Limit, whatever. Beyond something. And this is issue number 3. This is cover A. And then there is this awesome Jamie McKelvey variant cover for cover B. And I have both of those here. And here we have the final issue of Phoenix Song Echo. This is issue number 5. And this is the A cover. And this cover actually looks really good in person. Because with all the little tiny phoenixes behind her. I do dig it a lot. I don't know Wolf's first name, but a person whose last name is Wolf did this variant cover. So they deserve props, most definitely. Shang-Chi, number 9. This is the A cover, and there is a new artist inside, Marcus Toe, who, for some reason, looks a little Marcus Toish. I don't know why that is, but there is also this B cover by David Baldeon. And then we have Silk, number 2. And I forgot who that is. I want to say her last name is Snow. I can't remember. Maybe it's Luna. Luna Snow, maybe? I mean, that sounds about right in my head, but it's one of the Agents of Atlas. The characters that spun out of that series. You know, like Swordmaster and all that stuff. Here we have Silver Surfer. This is Silver Surfer Rebirth number 2. Awesome. I haven't gotten around to reading this yet, but I'm looking forward to it because Ron Mars is doing the writing and Ron Lim is doing the art. And that is the team supreme from the 90s. And that right there is the Ron Lim cover. And then we have this variant cover by someone whose last name is Charles. Here we have, for the kiddies, this is Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Team Spidey does it all. There you go. So, reading is fundamental, and it is important, and this is a good way to get your children to do that. And the best thing about this is you don't have to plug it in. There's no cord. There's no power source. It's a book. It's a book. Strange Academy number 16. Right there. And Ramos is continuing to kill it. Because I'm glad because when I was trashing his stuff like earlier, it's not from a place of anger. It's like slightly disappointment because it's like I know what this dude can do, and let me tell you, man, I'm so glad he's doing it in here. And again, if it's maybe Delgado that's helping him, I think it's Mark Delgado. I mean, I'm glad that someone's helping him and stuff like that. Hey Spencer, what's going on, man? How's it going? Hey, I just asked you that question too. It's going good. It's going good thus far here in this corner of the world. Other corners, I don't think it's going so good, but at least here. So yeah, there we go. This is Strange Academy issue number 16. Up next, we have Thor number 20, second printing. And if you didn't read the first printing, do not look at this cover because it will spoil something and you don't want to be spoiled. So you know what? I'm going to move on. Here we have Timeless, issue number 1. Well, actually, there's only one issue, so it was the one shot. This is the second printing right there. And there's the Punisher with his new logo on there. And, what can you say about that? I mean, it's a thing, and let it be a thing. It's okay. Venom number 2, second printing. There's quite a few second printings in this week's Marvel stuff. I thought there was a supply issue. So, like, why would you continue printing something that's already been printed? I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But this is the second printing for issue number 2. Mobili, Mobili, is handling this variant. And then we have this one here. This is the second printing of issue number 3. And this one, I want to say this one's by Brian Hitch. I mean, it does look like the previous version. So maybe they changed the color of Dylan's shirt or something like that, or whatever. Hi, Stormy. Stormy says, hello, everyone. Spencer says, I need to read more Strange Academy. Yes, you do. Almost picked up the second volume when I last went to my local comic book store. Well, actually, Spence, I think you should start with the first volume. I mean, I know you might want to get a Tarantino-esque thing going there, but you read? Okay, so they're coming in as I'm reading that it's coming in. Okay, good. I'm glad. Yes, no, definitely. Strange Academy was good and going pretty good. Glad to hear it, dude. And Thor is awesome. I especially liked the Pet Avengers, and that's all I will say about that. I love the Pet Avengers. They really need to do something with that. For kiddies again. Here we go. World of Reading. This is Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. And this is I think it's a little smaller than the comic book, but it's big. and the pictures are big, and the words are. I think the words are about as big as you see on there. It's level 1, obviously, but something to think about if you got some kitties in your household there. Here is the X Deaths of Wolverine. Okay, I know it's 10 Deaths of Wolverine. It's issue number 3. Blah blah blah, whatever. But it says X, so that's how I'm gonna read it. I'm just kidding. It's 10. Yeah. Okay, that was it for Marvel. Now we're going into the independents because it is Image, Dark Horse, Boom, and IDW. I don't know if they're all represented here this week, but I know Image is because obviously there's Bolero right there. This is issue number 2. And number 1, I didn't read it from cover to cover, but I did, again, my thumbing through it, and the art is pretty good. But when it got to the end, the story is extremely weird. And you know, I'm not saying that as a detriment or a bad thing. I'm just saying it's really weird. But I will tell you, this Brandon Brand cover, awesome. That's all I'll say about that. Let's see. Spencer says, guess these second printings is a good sign of him selling well, though. You would think, Spencer. I'm going to give you a little inside baseball thing here going with comic books. And, whoops, I don't know why I keep unselecting it. Here's what they do. I don't know if you remember way back. I think actually, I don't know if you were in the thread then, but for Ghost Rider number 1, here's a good example. Ghost Rider number 1 came out this week, right? Now, there's the regular cover, and they might do like 1 or 2 other covers that aren't what they call ratio covers. But then they do these special covers, like say Alex Ross is an artist that they utilize a lot for ratio covers. Peach Momoko, Mark Brooks sometimes. And what they do is they'll do these other ratio covers, and to get those covers, retailers have to order whatever quantities they have set up for the ratio. So like for instance, they could have a 1 in 25. What that means is that a store would have to order 25 copies of the A cover or whatever, you know, they'll usually put in the listing what, you know, what covers are what's the word? Are acceptable to count towards the ratio. So stores order 25, and then they're allowed to order 1 copy of that 1 in 25 ratio cover. So let's pretend, we're going to skip ahead. Let's pretend there's a 1 in 100 ratio variant for Alex Ross, an Alex Ross Ghost Rider cover, okay? So the comic book store is going to order 100 copies of cover A to get that ratio cover, which hopefully they're going to sell for, you know, a little extra, because that wouldn't make sense ordering, you know, 100 copies of a book that you're only going to sell like 3 of just to get the Alex Ross variant. But what'll happen is they'll order 100, and then they will sell however many it is, and then whatever is left, they're going to put in a box, and they're going to stack the box in a pile, and then the pile is going to grow and whatever else. So, yes, the book did sell 100 copies, but that doesn't mean that the retailer sold 100. And let's pretend that at the distributor level, it's listed as being sold out. Honestly, it's not, because the store still has a box of like 75 copies of it. So somebody, like say for instance, I did that. I ordered the Ghost Rider. I have 75 copies left over. They're not selling. Okay? There's a store in, say, I don't know, say Texas or something like that, and they're like, hey, we sold out a Ghost Rider, let's go to the distributor, because they ordered conservatively, they didn't do anything ridiculous, and they said, we're gonna see if we can order some more. So they go on the site to order some more, and they see that it's sold out. Realistically, it's not sold out, because there's stores that still have these copies. And then what happens is Marvel sees this and they say, oh, you know what, maybe we should do another printing, or we want to have bragging rights about how, you know, how the book sold out or something like that. It's I don't want to say it's a scam, but like it's a scam. Like, you know, I mean, at the very least, people should be able to what's the word? Like other stores should be able to see what other stores have, or You know, it's the shtick. That's what they do. I can't, you know. But yeah, that's essentially what it is. So I'm not knocking these books. You know, perhaps it was like a genuine sellout, but you know, the cynic in me is like, you know. Here we have Berserker, number 7 of 12. Believe it or not, allegedly still written by Keanu Reeves. Go figure. Here we have cover B. Oh, cover A was by Lee Garbett, and cover B is by, now it says Johnson, so I don't know if it's Dave Johnson or someone else. Doesn't necessarily look like Dave Johnson, and I really honestly can't see the signature, so it's not up on my monitor yet. But you know what, I'll proceed along, and then when it pops up I'll try to see it. This is the Department of Truth, number 16. This cover here is, yeah, there is no signature to be found on that cover. But this here is, what is up with all of these bots today, man? This cover here is by Martin Simmons, and then there is this one by, I guess, Will Sampson. It says Sampson, so I'm just going to assume that it is Will Sampson doing the art. Actually, you know what? No, don't. I don't want to assume. The person's last name is Sampson. The only one that I'm familiar with is Will, so it could be another one. I'm sure there are other Sampsons out there. Here we have Saga, number 56, 2 months in a row. It only took like 30 years between issues, between issue number 54 and 55. But here we are, 30 days later, and issue number 56. Thank God. Step by Bloody Step, number 1. This is a 4-issue miniseries. This cover here is by Bergara. And this one is by Ian Bertram, which I'm happy about. I do like Ian Bertram. He did, what was it? Something Bird, if I remember. Little Bird, I think it was called. And I believe this is the last of the titles here. Yes, it is. This one is Last Ronin. Oh, it's issue number 1. I thought I was getting number 3, number 4, but no. Fine, good, excellent. Okay, so this is Last Ronin, issue number 1, and this is the 5th printing. And then, last but not least, because it is also the thumbnail, this is number 2, and this is the 4th printing. Right there. Spencer says, got the first issue and got it signed by the writer Matt Kent. He said he had his Zoom working with Keanu every week when making the story. Excellent. Good. Yeah, I think Keanu would be the type of dude that takes pride in, you know, anything that his name is attached to, with the exception of Constantine. But that's just my perspective, prerogative about that. And that, my friends, brings us to the end. Is it moving? Yes, it's moving. Okay, because when I was looking on it at OBS, it was not moving, and I'm like, oh Jesus! Like all these technical things, the glitches and whatnot. Can't wait for Last Ronin issue number 5. Don't. I want to end this on a good note, Spencer. We're not even going to go there with this. So yeah, I know, but trust me, I know what you mean. But yes, that's it, my friends. This is everything that's dropping tomorrow, or in some cases, some stores do put out their DC stuff today. I am not one of them. Traditionalist, Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, that is tomorrow. These are the things that are going to be coming to my store and other stores if you have a local comic book store around you. And if you don't, get in touch with me, and we'll see about what we can do to get these things in your grubby little hands. Hit me up at roguecomics.online. That's the site. It's basically just like a landing page, and it has all the links in there for people that, you know, don't really want to do that much work. I feel your pain, and I've tried to not acquiesce. I've tried to take you into consideration, and so all you gotta do is all those the logos have all the social medias. You can get in touch with me. There's also the email address, the phone number, whatever. Just go there. It's all up there. If you wanted to go to Facebook, it's Rogue Comics CT, because I got screwed out of Rogue Comics. I'm not going to get into that either. And there's also Rogue Comics on Instagram and Twitter. I'm even on TikTok. Definitely on YouTube, obviously, here, because, you know, you're watching this. But yeah, That's it. I thank everybody for watching. Whoever stopped by, Spencer, Stormy, LB. But I have got to get ready for a tier ranking, and we all know how important those are, because we got to settle. Although some of them are they're just trash. Like some of the like voting off WKRP in Cincinnati. I don't understand that. But anyways, thank you, Spencer. You too. Have a great one, and everybody else, have an awesome new comic book day tomorrow. And I will see you